Good morning, it's a Monday, it's November, and I'm walking the Georgia Loop starting this morning. All right, here's how it's going to play out. Yesterday, late Sunday evening, I had my wife drop me at Woody Gap. My original plan was to stay at Woody Gap, get up this morning and start walking. But Woody Gap was overflowing with people, so I very quickly put on my walking shoes and headed on down the trail a mile or two to get some peace and quiet. And so I got away from all the people, spent the night a mile or so north of Woody Gap, and going to start walking the Georgia Loop this morning, hopefully end up back at Woody Gap on Thursday. Evan of Evan's Backpacking did do the loop a couple of years ago. He did it clockwise. I'm doing it counterclockwise, and his videos were quite helpful in planning this trip. But I'm still going to talk about mileages and where the water sources are and where I'm camping and what you can expect to see on the Georgia Loop. Lance Creek is flowing. Climbed up out of Lance Creek, but no views from the summit, not this morning. Cutout seat is comfortable. We've got to keep on walking. It's about 10 o'clock. I've reached the Slaughter Creek Trail junction. I'm going to top off my water and keep going to Duncan Ridge Trail. And just like that, here we are at the Duncan Ridge Trail. So we're going to come off the AT and we'll be on the Duncan Ridge probably for the next 2 days. Really going to be tough to make the miles with views like this. I'm coming down the last of the sharp, steep descent, thigh-killing descent into Wolf Pen Gap, which is at Highway 180. That'll put me, I think, about 10 miles from Woody Gap. It'll be about 11:30, and I'll have some lunch. At that point, I'll have about 1 liter of water. So if there's water at White Oak, we're good. If there's no water at White Oak, I don't know. We'll find out. And 3 miles later, and here we are on top of Coosa Bald. I tell you what, if you come up here using the Duncan Ridge Trail, you've done something. That's a steep little climb. I tell you what, it's worth the climb. And I am so fortunate, so lucky to be able to walk up here and do this. I wish everybody could. I hope everybody tries, because it is certainly worth it. Well, I wish it was more, but I'll take what I can get. There is a little bit of flow here at White Oak Stomp, so I can fill up my water bottles. But I got another problem. But my Sawyer bag sprung a leak. I've put tenacious tape on it. I'm going to have to hope it holds, because we're going to put water in it and see what works. Great thing to happen on the first day of the trip, huh? Alright, at the moment I've got to go down, 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 and then up there, and then down, and then back up way over there, and then around there. A lot of up and down on the Duncan Ridge. I'm tired. I'm going to leave the logistics about the water for tomorrow. Right now it's time to eat and get in the hammock. See you tomorrow. It's 35 degrees, 7:20 on Tuesday morning. A little late getting out of camp. Cold makes my hands hurt, hard to get things done. To recap, yesterday did about 16 or so miles and ended up doing 10 miles of the Benton MacKaye Trail. Means I've got about 8.5 to go. Hopefully we're going to knock that 8.5 out by lunchtime. Here's the water situation. So, I've got 2 water sources still to go on Duncan Ridge. Don't know if either one of them are flowing. The first one is Mulkey Gap. That'll be in about another mile, mile and a half. Hopefully there's water at Mulkey. If not, the next one is Sarvis. That'll be about 6 miles. And if there's not water at Sarvis, then hopefully the first water source on the BMT is running. So water is an issue, but it's not a crisis yet. The goal is to get done with Duncan Ridge today and get on to the BMT. See you in a bit. This is Mulkey Gap, and there's a W with an arrow, so I guess the water's that way, I hope. And there is indeed water flowing today at Mulkey Gap. Just ran into a couple of day hikers just before topping out to this view. It's about 10 o'clock heading towards Fish Gap. Fish Gap, it's 10:30. I am behind schedule. I got to keep going. Hope I can get there by Thursday. It's after 11:30. I've just now reached Sarvis Gap. The sign for the water is there. It's down that way. But I've still got more than a liter, so I'm just going to push on and maybe eat lunch in a few minutes and then keep going. If I'm at Sarvis, that means I'm about 2 miles from the end of the trail, so I was hoping to get to the end of Duncan Ridge by lunchtime. That was optimistic, and I won't make that. So I got to keep going and try to get back on schedule so I can get picked up on time on Thursday. Onward and upward. That's it. I've done Duncan Ridge down to where it runs into Benton MacKaye. I'll be on Benton MacKaye on down until I hit the AT now. And I got to tell you, that stuff we just got through, that's a real Ronda Rousey kind of trail. Beautiful and tough. About a half a mile onto Benton MacKaye. That's my first water sign, so I'm going to take advantage of it. Water should be about 300 feet that way. It's about 2:15. It's Tuesday, and as the sign says, I've reached Lick Log Mountain, so now I'm just going to keep going and find somewhere to camp. Probably 4:30, 5 o'clock when I've still got a little bit of daylight. So let's see how far we can get before we end day 2. Walala Mountain. I need about 2 more miles, but I'm going to enjoy the view first. 4:04 and I've reached Highway 60. I'm going to cross 60 and find somewhere to camp. According to the sign, I'm 3 miles from the Toccoa River and 10 from Long Creek Falls, which is where I'll get off the BMT tomorrow. Right now I'm going to go find somewhere to camp. Good morning. It's Wednesday. It's about 7 o'clock. I'm leaving camp. I'm on the Benton MacKaye Trail. I'm about probably 2.5 miles from the swinging bridge over the Toccoa River. And today's plan is to finish the Benton MacKaye. I've got about 10 miles left on Benton MacKaye where I'll rejoin the AT at Long Creek Falls. But for now, on a 37-degree morning, we're going to walk 3 miles and see the swinging bridge. A little after 8 in the morning, and I've reached the Toccoa River swinging bridge. I'm the only person in sight. I've got the Toccoa River Bridge all to myself. Time to get going. course, part of the price you pay to have it to yourself on a beautiful Wednesday morning is knowing that you got to climb back up out of here. About 10 o'clock and I've reached Bryson Gap, so I'm going to water up because the spring is that way. Sometimes you're walking along and you just get that urge. You know the one I mean. Looks good. Walking along on a sunny day. Got the woods to myself. And every once in a while you do run into somebody else. Ran into this gentleman. We are somewhere north of Long Creek, and you're wanting to find Long Creek, so you want to go south, right?
Yep. I thought I was going south.
And now we're both going south. I brought this little cork massage ball along. This one's from Rology, by the way. Brought it on the trip for two reasons. Number one, so that I could honestly say I hiked the Georgia Loop and I had a ball. But the real reason is because at 57 I don't recover as quick as I used to, and I have found that rolling out the knots really helps. All right, it's a little after 2 o'clock, day 3, one more day to go. And I've reached the intersection of the BMT and the AT, so I'm going to hop off the Benton MacKaye and get on the Appalachian Trail, start heading north towards Woody Gap. I expect to reach Woody Gap sometime late tomorrow afternoon. So right now, a few more miles to end the day and figure out where we'll camp, either Hawk Mountain Shelter or more likely Hawk Mountain campground, about 2.4 miles down the road. A little bit of water on Long Creek Falls. If you're familiar with the AT, you'll know exactly where I am. Run into a couple of through hikers coming Sobo. Pop, who started in June, and one other fellow. I'm sorry, I forgot to get your trail name, but he's doing a flip-flop. He started in Damascus and he's gonna finish on Springer probably later on today. So what a treat meeting two Sobo through hikers in November. Totally cool. That's about it for day 3. My legs are killing me. Legs hurt, feet hurt, toes hurt. I think my hair hurts. It's about 4:30 and I am camped at Hawk Mountain Campground. 13 miles to go. We'll finish up the loop tomorrow. See you in the morning. Welcome to Thursday morning. Beautiful. It's about 42 degrees or so. Slept great last night. The owls were fan-freaking-tastic. They sang me to sleep. Kind of walk out of here. Got 13 more miles to go, and then we are done with the Georgia Loop. Let's go. If you've watched this far into the video, that means either you're related to me and I'm sitting there making you watch it, or you're really interested in hiking and you want to maybe do the loop yourself and you're wondering what's the secret. I don't think there is one. Clearly you don't have to be young, strong, or a fast hiker, because I am none of those things. I guess it's like anything else. You gotta, it all depends on your capacity for willing suffering. For instance, right now my legs ache. Shin splint from hell on my left leg, the beginning of what feels like plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis on my right leg. All of which is to say, I don't enjoy the suffering. I mean, I wish it would go away. But if I don't come out here and do this, and at least try it, that's a suffering of another kind. So, if you want to try it, if this 57-year-old lazy, slow hiker can do the loop, probably you can too. Just in front of 8 o'clock and reached High Tower Gap, still moving north towards Woody Gap.
Howdy, y'all.
You run into some sure enough nice folks on the trail. You really do. We've just been sitting here chatting about future plans and hiking. He's heading down to Springer, and I'm heading north to Woody to finish the loop. It's such a pretty day, we just had to stop and gab.
And it sure is beautiful. And you guys might be able to catch some of my videos on YouTube also. On and Off the Trail is my name there on YouTube.
Now look at this. I was going to be nice and put him in my video, and he's plugging his channel, man. Come on.
I haven't put nothing on it since June probably, so. Gotcha.
Easy to remember though, because there's only one.
Yeah. We got someone else coming down the hill.
Oh no.
Howdy.
Howdy.
We're having a convention.
You having a what?
We're having a convention.
Oh, that's good.
We're making a YouTube video.
Step out his way.
Yeah, hikers convention. Let me get out of your way. I make it up as I go along.
Let's go.
So I don't know. I can quiz you.
Sure.
Trail name.
Captain.
Captain.
Yep.
I see. I've met Pop and I've forgotten everybody else's trail name.
My explanation for it is the bottle over. Oh, it's over here. Apologies.
Ah, the Captain Morgan bottle.
Sir.
Outstanding.
Later.
And you said you started in June?
June 16th up in Maine.
And you're hoping to hit Amicalola today?
Yep. By sunset, hopefully.
Gonna be a crowd up there today.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
Well, I won't delay you any further. It's good to meet you, and I appreciate you stopping and talking to me. I really
Thanks,
do.
Brother. Sure thing.
Well, what's the water gun for? Self-protection?
I actually got a little bit of fireball in here, since I've been going around and squirting it in people's mouths.
Oh!
Yeah, you want to squirt?
Oh God. Okay. Let's do this on video.
Let's do it, man.
All right.
There you go, a little bit of fireball for the morning.
Ah!
How was she? Oh yeah. Nice, man.
Anyway, pleasure to meet you. I appreciate the fireball.
Oh, for sure, man.
I've got about 3 miles to go to finish this thing. And some gorgeous scenery to walk through while I do it. There we go. All right, we're working. Sitting on Ramrock Outlook, and you told me you were from Maryland?
Yeah, and it's Slip and Slide is my name.
Slip and Slide?
Yeah.
All right, there's got to be a story there.
I can't, YouTube, it's
okay.
Because YouTube's PG.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Well, I'll let you get on down the trail then. Just wanted to get you on video and tell you it'll be on the Sydney Hornblower channel.
Okay.
It'll take me about a month before I get through editing.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah, dude. Sitting here on Ramrock at the Outlook with the panorama spread out below you. You feel all powerful and utterly insignificant at the same time. Did it. 4 days. 58 miles, closed the circle on the Georgia Loop. Normally I'd talk about gear and equipment and stuff, but I'm not gonna do that. Video's long enough already. Come get me, Mother. I'm through. Called for a ride using my new Uber Sports app. I'm hopeful that they send something really cool to pick me up. I'd say that'll do.